Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back, and today we are talking about what all the Far Cry games do so much better than every other game, and kind of the formula of the game on how it's perfect. Also, before we get right into this, please make sure you like and subscribe. It means so much to me if you enjoy it. Anyway, stay before me, even though, without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you have played the Far Cry games before, you would know something called an antagonist. Now, an antagonist is the kind of opposing bad guy in a movie, story, or video game. And this is one thing that plays a major part in all the Far Cry games. If you played it before, usually they put a major focus on the antagonist, even more than the protagonist in some games, showing games like Far Cry 4 and stuff like that. So you will meet, especially Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4 do the perfect example of this. Even Far Cry 5, they all do a really good example on a great antagonist. Now, the way they make their antagonists is that it's a major part in the game compared to other games, because you see them so much and they have such a major effect. Because most Far Cry games, you were kind of taking back a country or an area from a main antagonist, and usually there's some decision making and secret endings and stuff that make the game really amazing. And that's why the antagonists are such an essential character in the games, and that's why I feel like they put so much effort into antagonists, because they have some of the best antagonists in all video games, like Pagan Min, Vas Monserrato, I don't remember his last name, then the guy in Far Cry 5, I don't really know his name. But they play such a major part, and that's what really brings the story together. And some games have really good protagonists. Jason Brody was a pretty good one. The other guy from, I forgot what Far Cry was pretty good. But some kind of also suck. Like, I feel like in Far Cry 4, H.A. Gale really didn't have a lot of subject in him, but it was still interesting to see, and that's why I feel like they do focus more on the antagonist than the protagonist, which you don't see a lot of games do. And it's usually 1 to 2 major protagonists in the game, which make it also good because they can focus on more. I know some games like Red Dead Redemption too, there's so many antagonists, because you got Dutch, which is a partial antagonist, Micah, and then the gangs and all that stuff, and it's just kind of like crazy. But I like how they focus on it and how it's all about taking back a country from the antagonist. And that leads me into my second point, is that the formula of the game is very well and does not get boring. So usually if you have played a game, you would know that it's pretty much you're getting towers. So you get towers to see the map, and you get fortresses to clear where enemies are. And this formula, I feel like, never gets boring in games for some reason, because of the ways you can play it. You get more XP for the more stealthier you are. I think that's a perfect system, because it creates kind of like a more fun way to play the game. And the massive amount of weapons in the game also help with this, but just everything that Far Cry does flows so well together, and that's why you can't get bored. Every Far Cry game, even though it's the same formula, plays a little different. And so that's why I would definitely say the Far Cry series. I just bought the full thing on Steam because I played a couple of them. I thought, how about I just play the other one? So it's $100 on Steam to get all the rest of the Far Cries, which is amazing. So I'll be able to play 5, 6, 1, and 2, even though, and New Dawn and Primal. Even though, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me, all the support. The PC build will be on Saturday. Like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in another video.